I've been looking at a couple of the videos about making these coin rings. I don't know if you can see. These cameras don't always focus real good. But anyway, this is one of them that I've made right here, and it's got pretty good detail to it. Anyway, one of the problems, here's another one. One of the problems that you always come up against is getting the hole initially in the coin in the center. You know, a lot of the videos that you see, they recommend using this punch and die set, which is, you know, it's a nice punch and die set. The problem is when you go to put the coin in here to punch the hole, it's hard to get the coin centered in there like it's supposed to be every time. You know, for me, I've got this lathe, so I mean I can chuck it up in the lathe and get it centered every time. But anyway, just thought I would come up with a better solution. So I've come up with the fact that a 7/16 punch which comes in this kit. I got this one at Harbor Freight. Is about the best size to start with for your initial hole. You can always make it bigger, but you can't put it back. So what I've done is I've taken a chunk of steel and I've drilled a hole in this chunk of steel that will accommodate this punch. And it fits loose to slide it, but it's snug. It's not a lot of play in there. Then I cut a top for it. This side is for 50-cent pieces. This side is for quarter pieces. Same way on this one. This side is for 50-cent pieces. You put your 50-cent piece in there. You take the 50-cent side, you stick it on top. You take your punch, you set it in there. Then you set this in an arbor press or the ball peen hammer. Give it a whack, and it will drive a plug out of it, just like it would anyway, and knock a hole in it. So this is the plug that comes out of it. I found it's better to knock a plug out, and the reason why is a lot of people want to drill them. Well, that's fine if it's just a piece of crap coin that's got copper in it, but if you're dealing with silver, you want to save every bit of that silver you can. So if you knock the plug out, then you've got the silver plug that you can melt down and recycle. And some people, you know, you can melt those down and actually spin other jewelry out of those pieces of silver that you're not going to use. So anyway, I just thought this was this is my first step into what I'm ultimately heading towards. I need to be able to mass produce cutting these holes. So the quarters, here's a quarter, fits on this side. Here's the top. You take the quarter side, it's cut to fit down in there. Put that in there, put the punch in, bam, knock a hole in it. Take it back out and then proceed with the rest of the steps to making the ring. Same thing with the 50-cent side. Throw the 50-cent piece in there, select the 50-cent side, stick it on there, put your die in, set it in your arbor press and pull it down, stamp a hole in it or hit it with a ball peen hammer, whatever. You know, if you don't have an arbor press, some people don't. Anyway, I just wanted to share that little idea with you. The next thing that I'm going to be working on, or working towards, is being able to roll these things over and save 100% of the detail and roll them over within about 2 to 3 minutes. In other words, I want to be able to mass produce these things in about 2-3 minutes, or less if possible. Anyway, I've got the tooling to do it with. Fortunately for me, my dad was in the jewelry business, so I got a lot of his stuff. He passed away a couple years ago, and I've been making use of his tools. And I wish I'd have learned more when he was alive about it, but you know how that goes. Fits my finger. Yeah. And that seems to be about as big as I can get out of a 50-cent piece. And the quarters, you can't get a very big ring out of a quarter. You can get a pinky ring or something like that out of a quarter. That's about, for a man anyway. Can't remember what size it is. Seems like me it was either a 5 or 6 or something, but kind of small. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of share that with all y'all out there in YouTube land that are playing with these quarters and 50-cent pieces and making rings out of them. I think this is going to save a lot of time, and it was all made on this lathe, so the holes were all drilled. This was actually drilled all together as one piece and then cut and then turned to fit. So all the holes line up perfectly, and it was, machined to hold this, and you can see it's, it goes right in there, but it ain't got no slop in it. It's tight, so you don't have to worry about it not being center. It's dead on. It's dead balls on center. Ain't no two ways about that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video.